DNA from an old DNA. This can also be called as DNA duplication. It takes place during S phase of the cell cycle. Now, when I say S phase means what? Synthesis phase of cell cycle, right? Which was a part of interphase. Now, remember, DNA replication, what we talk about in our syllabus is semi-conservative type. There are other types of also DNA replication which can be asked for MCQ. Last time they had asked MCQ in one of the Olympiad exams. We'll talk about it. Now remember, complementary nature of the DNA strands helps it in two things: speed and accuracy of DNA replication. Complementary, I have told you, A complement with T. Between A and T, there is double hydrogen bond. Between G and C, there are triple hydrogen bond. So that complementary nature of the DNA strand helps in speed and accuracy of DNA replication. Now here, I told you, semi-conservative is the central one which we will talk. That is, whenever DNA replicate, one of the strand come from parent and one strand is new. There is also something called as conservative and dispersive type. We'll talk it later on. So first we focus on semi-conservative method of DNA replication. Okay, now you can see in the diagram, in conservative, whenever there is a first phase, one totally new, one parental. Now after that, there will be one parental and three totally new. See the semi-conservative, one strand is parental. Okay, let's proceed further. In prokaryotic cell, at the time of replication, there is a single origin on DNA and replication proceed in two directions. So it is called bidirectional. In eukaryotic, there are multiple origins. During DNA replication, you will find the length of the DNA shows many origin, but replication proceed in one direction. So it is called as unidirectional. See the diagram. Prokaryotic cell, single origin, but replication is proceeding in both the direction. In eukaryotic cell, if you check, there are multiple origin, but all proceed in single direction. Now for DNA replication, what are the basic requirements for a cell? Number one, deoxyadenosine monophosphate, deoxyguanosine monophosphate, deoxythymidine monophosphate, deoxycytidine monophosphate. That means the nucleotides of the DNA. Magnesium ion, RNA primase enzyme, exonuclease enzyme. Role of this enzyme will teach you in further part. Helicase enzyme, it helps in DNA double helix unwinding. Single strand binding protein, this stabilizes the single strand DNA. DNA topoisomerase, it prevents supercoiling of DNA during unwinding. DNA ligase, it's a biological glue. It helps in joining the segment of DNA. DNA polymerase 1, it helps in DNA replay, and also it replaces the primer molecules. We will come across this. DNA polymerase 2, it catalyzes the synthesis of DNA in the direction 5' to 3'. Also DNA polymerase 3, it's a main enzyme, remember, for DNA synthesis. So it helps in DNA synthesis in a direction 5' to 3'. This point, remember, it's very important. So please be focused in it. DNA is a double helical structure having two strands of nucleotide. Each strand is polynucleotide, in which multiple nucleotides are attached by phosphodiester bond. Each nucleotide has sugar, phosphate and nitrogen base. The two strands in which sugar and phosphate form alternating chain forms the backbone of DNA, while hydrogen bond between the nitrogen bases forms the horizontal strands. Guanine always binds with cytosine with triple hydrogen bond, adenine always bind with thymine with double hydrogen bond. It gives complementary nature of DNA strands which not only add the speed but also accuracy. The two strands are anti-parallel, having direction 5' to 3' and 3' to 5' respectively. In case of eukaryotic DNA, there are multiple origin but replication proceed in one direction, so it is called unidirectional. At the site of origin, helicase enzymes helps in breaking the hydrogen bond and unwinding of the two strands of DNA. The two strands which are unwinded are stabilized by single strand binding protein. The two strands act as template. On this template, new DNA are formed with the help of enzyme DNA polymerase III, which adds new nucleotide to the base molecules of nucleotide at 3' end. So it always requires base molecule to add up new nucleotide. Helicase enzyme unwinds the two strands which are stabilized by single strand binding protein. Out of the two strands, the strand which has a direction 3' to 5' is called as leading, while the strand which has a direction 5' to 3' is called lagging. Let's take 3' to 5'. Here, primase enzyme makes a small segment of RNA called as RNA primer. RNA primer helps in DNA polymerase binding to the base molecules of DNA nucleotide. So now DNA polymerase III enzyme is able to add up the new nucleotide. Remember, without primer it is not possible to add. I had told you that DNA polymerase can add only to a base molecule which is already there. So now it is synthesizing new DNA in the direction 5' to 3'. Can you see? It can only synthesize new DNA in the direction 5' to 3'. The template strand is 3' to 5', so it is called as leading. There is a continuous synthesis. Now see the other template strand which was having a direction 5' to 3'. Now here what happens? As the replicating fork progresses, a small primer is formed every time and then followed by a small segment of DNA. So here primase forms a small primer molecule, roughly around 10 nucleotides, and then DNA polymerase III synthesizes a small segment of DNA. These segments are called as Okazaki segments. Great. Once again check, as the fork progresses, again a small primer is formed with the primase, and then again DNA polymerase III synthesizes a small segment of DNA which are called Okazaki fragment. As the process continues, exonuclease removes the RNA nucleotide while DNA polymerase I replaces with DNA nucleotide. Once this replacement is completed, DNA ligase enzyme joins the segment and we get two new DNA. Each of the new DNA has one old strand and one new strand. Because it has old and new strand, we call it as semi-conservative method of DNA replication.